We're inside the park in Mexico City, Mexico. Yankees in town, part of their club anyway. Yankees against the Red Devils. It's yours right now on MLB Network. I'm Matt Yaloff. Enjoy the game, everybody. Regular season begins in 4 days. Get your party planning ready.
Which opened in 2019 in part in an effort to lure Major League Baseball teams down there. Last year, the Padres and Giants played a series there, and that has begun the presence of Major League Baseball more and more in Mexico City. First pitch from Trevor Bauer is a swinging strike by Anthony Volpe.
You know, Bob, the first thing that jumps out to me is the crowd, right? The horns that are being played, and it has a winter ball feel to it. But baseball in Mexico is a big deal.
Now, a couple of the players who played for the WBC team in Mexico, Alex Verdugo, who we'll talk about him, he was going to make the trip but did not. And then Luis Cessa, who used to pitch for the Yankees, they played for that WBC team and talked about that atmosphere. It's almost like a soccer crowd at times, how much they get into it. 0-2 pitch. Bauer misses away 1-2.
And Team Mexico handled themselves very well in that World Baseball Classic. So the quality of play is there. They're trying to develop it, and we're trying to expand our game. Another look at the breaking ball down from Bauer.
1-2 pitch to Volpe. And he misses down 2-2. One thing we've seen from a variety of Yankees so far this spring, disciplined at bats, extending at bats. And that's going to be a big thing for Volpe, not having that swing and miss, maybe looking up in the zone, able to tighten things up a little bit.
Yeah, and we'll see where he ends up in the starting lineup as far as the batting order is concerned.
He does go after a high pitch, sends it out to right field, and that ball tracked down and right, one away.
Well, we heard Giancarlo Stanton, we heard Aaron Boone talking about the altitude, and we just got to look at it right there. Volpe hitting that ball well, but it just kept carrying Bob out to right field, and a nice play for the first out.
So just for comparison, as Giancarlo Stanton comes up, the Mile High City, Denver, where the Rockies play, is 5,200 feet above sea level. Mexico City is 7,300 feet above sea level, so that's why that ball is going to fly. Stanton would like to get into one and send it out of the stadium here. He's been doing that a lot so far this spring. Looks at strike one.
Always paying attention to Giancarlo and his stance, a little bit closed, but a little more movement with the hands, getting ready a little bit earlier.
Ground ball to shortstop, 2 away.
Bob, I just find it so cool that the Yankees are wearing their pinstripes that they wear for home games at Yankee Stadium, but they took those pinstripes out on the road here so the fans in Mexico City can get a look up close and personal at the Yankee pinstripes.
And it will be interesting to scan the stands to see if those pinstripe jerseys are there, if the gray road jerseys, but obviously you see a lot of red for the Rojos, the Diablos Rojos. Oswaldo Cabrera batting third, playing third, getting a lot of action lately with DJ LeMahieu nursing and resting that injured foot. And so Cabrera's been getting some good reps.
Yeah, and the bat is starting to heat up too, right at the perfect time for him. A disappointing year last year trying to get back on track. And, you know, the uncertainty of DJ LeMahieu, all of a sudden Cabrera comes to be a very important piece, possibly playing third base on opening day.
Which brings up the question, if DJ's not available, we saw today Anthony Volpe. Could you slide him into the leadoff spot? He certainly had some very quality bats, and the on-base percentage has shot up this spring.
Yeah, and we've also seen Gleyber Torres get a look in that leadoff spot. So Aaron Boone has some options, but, you know, obviously trying to get DJ healthy is the most important piece.
Good eye there from Cabrera on a pitch up. 3-1. And a swing and a miss, 3-2. Fouled away as he stays alive. They talked about the warm weather. We heard Stanton mention that, the altitude, and the effect that it can certainly have on the players and those in attendance as well. Over 20,000 strong when this game went online for tickets, sold out within an hour as Cabrera draws a 2-out walk. So it shows you the popularity of this game and the chance for these fans in Mexico and Mexico City to see the Yankees.
Yeah, and the facility is top-notch, right? Major League quality. It doesn't have the seating capacity that we're used to seeing with Major League stadiums, about 20,000 people. But all of the intricacies of a Major League stadium, this stadium has it. So obviously Major League Baseball may be looking to expand at some point. This could be an opportunity.
Cabrera on first. One away, and a ground ball from Gonzalez over to third. They go the short way, and that will do it in the first. So Yanks get a man aboard. We're heading to the bottom of the first. First at bats coming up for the Diablos.
Hey, you seeing this?
Wait, where's the dish?
There ain't one.
You're telling me you can get direct TV, the good stuff, and you don't need a satellite dish? Oh, I used to love doing my business on those things.
You're one sick pigeon. Them dishes kept the rain off our beaks.
We just have different priorities is all.
Satellite-free direct TV. Never thought I'd see the day.
Well, our lifespans are quite short.
Stream DirecTV without a satellite dish.
I'm gonna do this thing with my neck, just for a bit.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness $1. Yeah! But Tyler and Toby are on another level.
Get it for $1. Get it for $1. Dave Single, Dave Single. Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Dave Single for $1. Only in the app.
This is Terry's look of total relaxation. And this is his John Deere X350 lawn tractor. It does more than just cut grass. It delivers peace of mind all year round. You just have to get in the seat.
Yankee Spring Training on the S is brought to you in part by Hyundai. Get away with great deals on every new Hyundai, only at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event today. Visit buyhyundai.com today. By the Tunnel to Towers Foundation. Help America's heroes. Donate $11 a month at T2T.org. By FanDuel. Make every moment more. And by your local Kia dealers. Visit Kia.com to discover movement that inspires. Let's check out the starting lineup for the Diablos Rojos. It is brought to you by your local Tri-State Volkswagen dealer. Begins with the former Major Leaguer Franklin Barreto in center field. Robbie Cano is at second. Jose Rondon is at third, followed by Amador, Aquino, Marmolejos, Ornelas, Fernandez, and Juan Carlos Gamboa. You see the numbers for Gamboa. 78 games with the Diablos last year, a .335 hitter. There's a defense. Grant Richardson in left, Greg Allen in center for the Yankees, Oscar Gonzalez in right. Around the infield, Cabrera, Volpe, Smith, and Rojas, and Trevino behind the plate. Tanner Tully getting the start for the Yankees. And the pitch to Barreto. First pitch swinging, ground ball, base hit up the middle. And that brings up the always interesting matchup of a Yankees pitcher and a Yankees team. As we see Barreto, that first pitch swinging, they're going to be aggressive against Tully early in this one. Remains to be seen if Robbie Cano, who's batting second, will have the same approach. Takes a pitch low, 1-0.
Well, that always familiar stance from Robinson Cano, slightly open with his lower body. And the numbers over a fantastic Major League career. And he'll face Tanner Tully. Fastball, slider, changeup.
Ground ball, second base. Nice play by Smith. Volpe on to first. Put in the books, 4-6-3 double play. Accompanied by some horns, by the way. So there are definitely some Yankees fans in attendance.
Yeah, some Yankee fans like that double play, and a lot to like about it as Smith with the hot shot off of Cano, the nice turn. But I think you're right, Bob. Tanner Tully's going to find out the Diablos are going up there swinging. They're ready to swing the bats.
Jose Rondon is the third baseman for the Diablos. Tully a good mix and starting things off speed. recognized maybe with the first two batters the fastball that they were going after it.
Yeah, we talked about the altitude and the effect that it's going to have on some of the players, but you always think about a breaking ball from a pitcher that just spins more than grips the air and really breaks. So I kind of like that first pitch, get me over curveball, followed up by a good changeup. So there has to be some adjustments from this left-hander in the altitude. It's a big deal for Tanner Tully, too, right?
Yeah.
I mentioned in the scouting report he had a cup of coffee with the Guardians back in the day. Only pitched a couple of innings in the big leagues and was sent down right after that. So, I mean, this is a guy who's trying to reestablish himself. He's had a good spring with the Yankees in his 6 innings. And to get a start here in this environment, that's, you know, it's a great opportunity for him.
And to see how far he can go in this game and just kind of give the bullpen maybe a little bit of a break. They've got a game today and then tomorrow night, a game that we'll have for you on the Yes app. Lifts that one into foul territory, into the shadows. Rojas is there, and that will do it. So a very efficient bottom of the first for Tully. We're taking it to the top of the second.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me!
From need the dough to need it now. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Route 7 is the perfect place to make lasting memories. Now with axe throwing. For every event or just a fun night out with friends, Route 7 is the place to be. Customize your target with our interactive digital projectors for a new and exciting experience each and every time. Route 7, Brevard's premier entertainment destination. Located off US 1, 1 mile north of Pineda Causeway. We can't wait to serve you.
With over 30 years of roofing experience and winner of Florida Today's 2022 Best of Brevard Award, DC Roofing is proud to be serving the residents of the Space Coast with top-of-the-line metal, shingle, and even dock roofs. Our family-owned business will get the job done for you, going above and beyond to ensure the best experience possible. DC Roofing. Let us do your roof right the first time.
The power of baseball goes beyond the field.
Together.
Yankee Spring Training on Yes is presented by your local Ford stores. Ford is proud to be the official SUV of the Yankees. For current offers, visit buyfordnow.com. Top of the second inning in Mexico City, and Trevor Bauer will face the 5, 6, 7 hitters, starting with Jose Rojas, who recorded the last out there in the bottom of the first. First pitch swinging, pops that one up to second base. And you see the wind taking that one a little bit. The shortstop has got it, one away.
The wind is blowing out to right field, and you can see at the time of day that this game has started, the sun will be somewhat of an issue. So communication very important. And the Yankees facing Trevor Bauer here this afternoon, and we haven't seen him for a while, but he's always been fastball about 50% of the time. And then he has 4 breaking balls he can go with: a slider, cutter, curveball, and a change.
We heard Jose Trevino talking to the assembled media from the podium prior to the game as Bauer misses up and in. For Trevino, this trip important. He is of Mexican descent. Victor Gonzalez is Mexican-born. We expect to see him pitch today. And then Alex Verdugo, also of Mexican descent, was going to make the trip but did not. We said we'd mention him. His girlfriend is reportedly pregnant and due to give birth, so he decided to step aside and not make this trip. But for Trevino, this is certainly a big deal.
Yeah, and when we listened to him talk to the media, you could tell he was emotional about this and how special it is going to be for him.
Pop into foul territory down the line and right. I mentioned Victor Gonzalez again. We'll talk about him more later if he does get into this game, which he is expected to, but he had about 15 family members make the trip over from his home state and hometown, and some have never seen him pitch in person as a major leaguer. Swing and a miss, 2-2.
Yeah, it's a little bit of what Bauer can do to you, too. A little quick pitch and rides that fastball up and in. Everything moves. The slider, the cutter, the curveball, the change, and he's got movement on the fastball.
Chopper up the middle. Gamboa can't get to it, and that'll get into center for a one-out base hit.
Well, you play at a new stadium, a new field, and you're always paying attention to the playing conditions. And infield looks awfully fast right there as Trevino able to scoot that ground ball right back up the middle. Looked like it had a little top spin as it hits in front of the plate. And a very fast infield is able to get up the middle for a base hit.
That pitch almost looked like it had a little knuckle quality to it. So Trevino's on first, one away. That brings up Kevin Smith. He is starting at second base today. Smith, last season with the A's, got into 49 games, 5 homers, 11 runs batted in. Lifts that one out to right field. And 2 away. It does bear repeating that when you hear the crack of the bat, keep an eye on the flight of the ball because of the altitude there in Mexico City. Grant Richardson is playing left field for the Yankees today. He comes up with 2 outs and Trevino on first. And looks at a breaking ball, strike 1.
Bob, I was lucky enough to play in Mexico City back during my playing days as we get another look at that get-me-over curveball. In 2001, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays at the time played a couple of spring training games against the Pittsburgh Pirates. And Mexico City, a beautiful place, beautiful city. And I always enjoyed as a player kind of just getting away and experiencing something different. You know, and the crowds jumped out at me. Getting away with your teammates and experiencing a new culture. It was a great experience for everybody.
And a base hit up the middle. Trevino will advance to second base. So a 2-out base hit, first and second. And some of these players may never go back to Mexico City. So it's a chance to really have this thing set up and a chance to see probably some of the local sites before you get down to the business of playing baseball.
Yeah, nice swing by Richardson. But I think that's one of the strengths of Aaron Boone, manager of the Yankees, is to remind these players, listen, take this all in and enjoy all of this because this is a special situation that is probably a once in a lifetime for a lot of these guys. So whether it's, you know, taking some mementos home with you, pictures, whatever it is, the experience is really going to be one that you're going to hold on to for a long time.
It's too bad when you went, the Devil Rays didn't play the Red Devils.
That would have been an interesting matchup, yeah.
2 away, and the number 9 hitter, Greg Allen, comes up. Allen, known for his speed, would be great to see him hit a gap here and see what happens with 2 aboard and 2 away. Bauer thought he hit the top of the zone, didn't get the call, 2-0. It's interesting how, as rowdy as the crowd gets, when the pitch comes, the crowd kind of gets a little silent.
Yeah, they're educated baseball fans, right? They show the excitement and the joy, excuse me, before the pitch is thrown, and then they lock in.
3-0 pitch to Greg Allen. So is the car horn there more disturbing for Bauer or for Allen on a 3-0 pitch? Anyway, that walk loads the bases with 2 away. And they'll go back to the top of the lineup and Anthony Volpe. Volpe, by the way, lined out to right in his first at bat. Got some solid contact on that one.
Not a bad visit right here from the catcher and the pitching coach for Trevor Bauer. We talked about the altitude, and you can tell he's a little bit off right there on that 4-pitch walk to the number 9 hitter, Greg Allen.
You know, it really makes you think with the altitude and the thin air about pitch counts even more. He had 15 pitches in the first inning. He's already hit that mark in the second inning. It's just got to be different for a guy who's, 1,000 feet above sea level.
Yep. You talk about stressful pitches. You would imagine that all of these at this altitude, the legs are going to get a little bit wobbly. And, Anthony Volpe trying to do some damage here early and get the Yankees out ahead in this one.
So bases loaded, 2 away. And Volpe a little chopper foul. First pitch swinging, though, on a fastball.
That's that cutter that I was talking about. Everything seems to move from Bauer. So you think you're going to put a good swing on it if you're Anthony Volpe, and then you kind of run out of bat and you hit it off the end. He's really a guy that you have to stay on the middle of the field to right center field, and with the wind carrying out to right field, it'd be a good approach for Anthony Volpe. We saw him, he hit him a home run earlier in the spring going the other way.
Chance to get the Yanks on the board first here. Bases loaded, 2 away, 0-1 pitch coming up to Volpe. And pops that one up behind the plate. And that'll go into the seats, 0-2. What we have noticed on this World Feed Flash is that the pitch box is actually a little off. So if it looks like it's right down the middle, chances are it probably is not.
And everything's registering 96 miles an hour, which obviously that's not the case. But that was a pitch right there from Volpe that he missed. He fouled it off right down the middle. So now he's just got to try to spread out a little bit and put the ball in play with 2 strikes.
Goes fastball. And he fouls it off. So that's another good sign there that he's just at least chipping away and staying alive in this at-bat.
I totally agree. And I was just going to say these are situations we're going to pay attention to during spring, but also the first month of the season, because we remember last year that elevated fastball gave Volpe a lot of problems with 2 strikes. And with this swing that's a little bit more flat and stays through the zone a little bit more, he should have some more success with that high heater.
0-2 pitch. And chases one outside, so Bauer leaving the bases stranded, getting Volpe to swing through that one as the Yanks threaten, but can't push one across.
Is your cat getting too cool? Give him Temptations dry cat food.
The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just a late-night taco. It's a seasoned and slow-roasted chicken taco that pairs nicely with the new avocado verde salsa at any time. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco, only at Taco Bell.
Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. And since anyone can create a free plan at Fidelity, Nina has a plan based on what matters most to her. And she can simply focus on right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
Today is the day to dream big and take chances, to go on the adventure you've always dreamed of, and know that wherever you are, wherever the open road takes you, you can rely on Spectrum Mobile. With nationwide 5G and reliable service to keep you connected on your epic journey. From the desert to the mountains to all the unexpected points in between. Get the service you need coast to coast to live life your way with the connection you can count on. Now you can get Spectrum Mobile for $15 a month each when you get 2 unlimited lines. Spectrum Mobile, where you want to be.
Yankee spring training on Yes is presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Head to the bottom of the second in Mexico City. The Yankees and Diablos Rojos scoreless so far. Tanner Tully getting the start for the Yankees. He gave up a leadoff single in the first, erased by a double play, and then got a pop-up. So he'll face the 4, 5, 6 hitters, beginning with Jafet Amador. Tully in with a strike, 0-1. To add a little context to what you were talking about with his cup of coffee with the Guardians, April of 2022, he pitched 2 innings in relief against the Yankees and gave up Aaron Judge's 3rd home run in his 62 home run season.
He worked those 2 innings, and then he got sent back down to the minor leagues and has been trying to fight his way back. And, you know, he's not going to make this opening day roster, but we talk about it all spring training, Bob. You want to make an impression.
And he's doing that so far. Ground ball, third base, Cabrera on, 1 away.
I mentioned the 6 good innings so far, now 7 into the 8th inning of his spring. And, you know, there's enough there that he's had some success in spring training that if there's a conversation for a left-hander at some point, you want your name to be remembered from what you did this spring with the Yankees.
Aristides Aquino played in Japan last year. You saw his numbers. He's playing right field today. And first pitch swinging again, aggressive. Cabrera on first, 2 away.
I'll mention Cabrera's bat has been heating up lately, and he might get that opening day nod playing third base, and looks very comfortable over there. A couple of hot shots at the hot corner. That's a little elevated breaking ball right there that he got away with, but Cabrera, easy play, and the nice, strong, accurate throw across the diamond.
2 away. This will bring up Jose Marmolejos. And first pitch strike for Tully. You know, getting the start here today, you think of opportunities anywhere, maybe out of the bullpen, and Yankees are trying to figure some things out. Aaron Boone announcing that Luis Gil will take that 5th spot in the rotation, so there was a little bit of news there today in terms of what they're doing in the absence of Garrett Cole.
Yeah, and good news for Gil. I mean, he deserved that. He dominated this spring and coming all the way back from the injury and going to be part of this rotation, and the Yankees love his swing and miss stuff, which is what he has shown this spring training. So congratulations to him. He earned it.
Two pitch from Tully. And another breaking ball lifted into center field and more towards left, and Grant Richardson tracks it down, and that will do it as we head to the top of the 3rd.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage, and in PSA can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
All rise. Here comes the Judge.
Judge is in a league of his own.
Aaron Judge is a special talent, man. I look at him like the best hitter in this generation.
And that one is gone!
See ya!
You come up here and you want to make a great impression. Hit every single at-bat, really help the team.
Amazing performance by Judge!
He is everything that is good about the game of baseball.
Cardinals, Dodgers, MLB Network's Thursday afternoon showcase, live at 4 Eastern.
They'll be visiting some of the most tropical ports in the Caribbean. The legends will include El Duque, Orlando Hernandez, Jim Leyritz, and our colleague Jeff Nelson, and many more. This exclusive experience will include all private events, including autograph and photo sessions with the legends. Staterooms are going fast, so be sure to visit legendsofbaseballcruise.com today. As we head to the top of the third, Giancarlo Stanton will lead things off. Scoreless on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard, and we are pleased to be welcomed by Omar Minaya, Senior Advisor of Baseball Operations. Omar, you were instrumental in helping put this series together. Tell us a little bit about your end of it and how it all came about.
Well, my end of it is really more kind of listening to the players. So Ben Tulowitz kind of came up to me and told me in June that actually Giancarlo Stanton, who's up right now, and other players came up. Trevino asked, and they would love to come and play in Mexico. Giancarlo's, as you know, loves to travel the world. He's kind of a world person. Came to Mexico, loved Mexico. And, you know, I said, well, let me see what I can do. And here we are today.
We may have lost you a little bit there. Omar, are you still with us? No, we'll make an effort to get Omar back. In the meantime, we have seen some good baseball so far, in the Yankees having some really good plate discipline against Trevor Bauer. Omar, I think we got you back as Stanton swings and misses for one away here in the third. And you were talking about how this all came about. Now I want to take it to the historical perspective of what this means for folks in Mexico to be able to see the Yankees, because they have not been there since 1968.
No, it means so much. It means so much. Like I was talking to the promoter, it's an event that brings back, you know, it's like all of us that are, you know, if you're of age, you start Mickey, and you've probably been a great-grandfather now. This brings you back a lot of memories. So, but what it does is it also brings new memories for young. So it brings the old. Global brand that is so popular. It might be the most popular sports brand in the world.
Yeah, Omar, I was going to talk about that part. What does this mean for Major League Baseball as a whole, but especially the New York Yankee organization promoting their brand internationally?
Well, I think, as you know, one thing about sports now, you know, they're global. Look at the NBA. They're going all over the world. You know, the NFL, the NFL is going to Europe. Every sport is global. And for baseball, and if you look at the demographics of our players, look at all our star players, it's a global game. It's a global, we're living in a global world. And for us to be here participating in game, bringing baseball, and then bringing the Yankee brand to this part of the world is not only good for the fans, now, you know, in the world in baseball. And I think it's all good for all of baseball. I'm pretty sure everybody wins by having these events.
Well, Omar, I'm not breaking any news with you because you've traveled all over the world extensively, scouting and in different roles with teams in Major League Baseball. That interlocking NY, you seem to see it everywhere you go, right?
Oh, without a doubt. I've been all over. I've been in Israel. I've been at the Vatican. I've been in Italy. I've been in Africa, and wherever you go, and not only me, everywhere you go, there is one logo that you see, and it's the NY logo. That's for sure.
Yeah, our fans, Omar, know about the New York Yankees and the popularity. But can you tell us a little bit about the success of the Diablos?
Yeah, it's unbelievable. The Diablos has been a great organization. And, you know, historically, Mexican baseball has been, you know, if you study history of baseball, you know, all these great players that play here, of course, at one time the Negro Leaguers were the only place that could great Americans would tour through Mexico over the years. I don't know if the Babe did it, but others. But Mexico has always been a great, rich baseball country. And, you know, it's a very popular sport in Mexico. So, you know, and then you're talking about Mexico, you're talking about over 150 million fans. And in this day and age of technology and people being able to hook up on their phone and see baseball, who does not want to have that customer base? So Mexico has a passion for baseball, but a lot of that has to do with Alfredo Harp, the owner of the Diablos Rojos. The Diablos Rojos are a history team. At one time, there was two teams. There was the Diablos Rojos and the Tigers, Mexico City. But the Diablos Rojos has maintained that high standard that the Yankees have always maintained.
Well, Omar, let me ask you about the owner, Alfredo, because he also has the Academia de Baseball, which you had a hand in helping set up. And right now in the major leagues or in the pro ranks, there's 69 players from that academy scattered throughout Major League Baseball. How much of just a great system is that to produce that many players out of Mexico?
Was exactly all right. When I was with the Mets, they asked us we can help them build an academy, and of course, as you know, Dominican Republic is at the lead of those academy, and they wanted to build one like that, and we ended up doing that back in 2008 or 2009, I believe it was. It's a first-class academy that has produced players like the left-handed pitcher Urias, so many great Mexican players. As the list goes on and on, guys. Actually, the kid today was going to pitch for Gonzalez. I believe he was the winning pitcher in the Dodgers when the Dodgers won the World Series.
Well, Omar, we are having some technical problems in terms of a connection with you. We're going to let you go, but Omar Minaya, we thank you so much for joining us and talking about the deep roots of baseball in Mexico and with the owner, Alfredo Harp, his baseball academy. And again, Omar helping set that up, Flash, and then the quality of players that have come through there, including we saw in the graphic, Victor Gonzalez, who we expect to see pitch for the Yankees.
Yeah, it has to be so rewarding to start an academy like that and see the end results of players making it to the major leagues. And we talked a little bit earlier about Team Mexico as that ball gets away from the catcher. Team Mexico and the WBC really handled themselves so well, so the talent level, you can see it just getting better and better year in and year out.
I do have to say this, and I was hoping to ask Omar about this because he's there, but just the vibe of that stadium and just a different atmosphere. Omar, are you still with us?
I am back, guys. Can you hear me?
Yeah, yes. We got you again. Can you speak to that, just the different vibe and atmosphere that the fans in Mexico provide?
It's unbelievable. It's a festival. It's a party. It's a great – and, of course, so for that to happen, you need to have artistic people, and it's a celebration. It's a music celebration. It's a fan celebration. It's, you know, the best way I can describe it, you know, when you watch the World Baseball Classic, everybody falls in love with that. Imagine having the World Baseball Classic not only once every 3 or 4 years, but having that, you know, a couple of times a year, games a year here. That's how it is. Music, festival, people eating, and having a lot of fun.
You know, Omar, I was just talking about how well Mexico represented themselves in that WBC, and you must see the talent just getting better year in and year out in Mexico.
No doubt, no doubt. And the thing to remember about Mexico that there's a lot of Mexican-Americans that feel like Mexican, you know, whether it's the Benji Gills of the world, or Trevino's a guy who's a Mexican-American. So, yes, because they're a border country, and whether it's Texas, California, Arizona, a lot of these people feel connected to not only America, but also to Mexico. And, you know, it's a great feeling if you believe in bringing people together from all, and that's what baseball does, and it's great at. And in this stadium, that's what you're feeling. Yankee fans, Rojos fans, but you got fans from all over the world. This game was sold out within 20-some minutes for 2 games immediately, and that's how great how much passion these fans have.
Well, that passion is certainly going to carry over to tomorrow when they play yet another game. And Jose Trevino flipped to second. They'll get the out. So, Omar, thank you so much for joining us and giving us some context about what this series means. Always good to talk to you.
Great talking to you guys.
It remains a scoreless game in Mexico City. Stay with us.
If you feel like things don't add up right now, you're not alone. So we've lowered the price on hundreds of your favorite products. Because when the cost of living goes up, we find new ways to go low. It's why we're here. That's a promise, not a promo.
Bottomless confidence, clean and skin free. Drop your pants and show off your Dude Wipes clean undies.
Switch to Dude Wipes, the wet, flushable wipe that clears instead of smears. Dude Wipes, best clean, pants down.
Welcome to the team, Rob Gronkowski. BuiltBasics.com. Working a regular day job now. Still training hard every day.
Date night ready, Rob.
BuiltBasics.com for the best apparel in the game.
Bet you didn't see that. But if you were an Atlas and could detect things in 0.02 seconds, you would have. The Atlas with Front Assist. Get 1.9% APR financing or a $3,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Atlas or Atlas Cross Sport during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary event.
We buy any car. We buy any car. We buy any car. Any.
Did you know trading in your car at a dealer could cost you money? A recent study found consumers who trade in their car pay an average of $990 more. So don't trade in. Sell it to We Buy Any Car. Learn more and get your free online valuation now at WeBuyAnyCar.com.
Find out how much your car's worth at We Buy Any Car.
It took 138 iterations to refine the Tiguan chassis, but it also took 22 birthdays and 16 neglected haircuts. The meticulously refined Tiguan. Get 0% APR financing or a $2,000 customer bonus on a new 2024 Tiguan during the Volkswagen 75th anniversary sales event.
Welcome back to Yankee Spring Training presented by Ford. Proud to be the official SUV of the New York Yankees. We are scoreless as we head to the bottom of the third. It was great talking to Omar Minaya about what this series means. 2 games, so much passion for these fans. And it just shows really that push of Major League Baseball to be global. We've seen it with the NFL going abroad at times. We've seen it with the NBA, but the MLB, Major League Baseball, seems to really be picking up traction.
Yeah, and there's no doubt promoting the game internationally is the next step. I talk about the possibility of MLB expanding to some different cities, but I think the Yankee brand expanding international, worldwide, why not, right? It's great for the product.
7, 8, 9 hitters that Tanner Tully will face. He has looked good so far. Last inning, couple ground balls and a fly ball out. Third inning of work, he's only thrown 17 pitches. Here's pitch number 18, up and in, 2-0 to Julian Ornelas.
Well, you're seeing the time of day. The shadows are going to be a factor at some point during this one. Probably not so terrible right now, but it's only going to get worse.
And Tully in with a strike and always seems to harness things back in and get in the strike zone with an off-speed pitch.
Yeah, and when I mentioned the shadows, if you're a pitcher, you take advantage of that. Pound the strike zone, try to get ahead in the count early. We've seen the Diablos ready to swing the bat right when they get up to the box.
Ornelas with a pop. Cabrera is over. 1 away. We've talked a little bit about Tully. Want to talk about his battery mate, Jose Trevino, back fully healthy. What are you seeing from him this spring so far?
Well, I mean, he just hit a rocket his last at bat and didn't have anything to show for it. So offensively, he looks like his game is in good shape. And behind the plate, he has had no recurrence of the calf issue, which is great news. Had the surgery last year on his wrist, got that taken care of. So I'm sure Jose just looking forward to a healthy campaign and catch as many innings as he can.
Here is his counterpart, the catcher, Xavier Fernandez.
Catching situation this year for the Yankees going to be very interesting to watch. First of all, how it plays out at the end of spring training, looking forward to opening day. And then how the playing time situation is going to be broken down. You have Austin Wells, a young kid, having a great spring training. Trevino, the veteran. To me, that would be a great combination. Ben Rortvedt out of options, so we don't know what his future looks like, but catching situation very, very solid.
First base hit of the game from Fernandez with one away here in the third. First base hit of the game, I should say, for the Diablos.
Love it. Love seeing the shots of the crowd in Mexico City and their passion. As nice job of just staying inside and driving this ball to right field. And, you know, I played winter ball in Puerto Rico one winter, and I mean, it's just an electric environment when you show up every night and the crowds are, they're blowing the whistles, they're playing their horn, the music, the festivities. Omar talked about it. It's like it's a party atmosphere, and the players feed off of that. It's different than what we're used to in Major League Baseball, and I think it's a good thing. A lot of energy in the stadium.
One out in the third. Gamboa, the shortstop, is the batter. And lifts that one out to left field. Good carry. Grant Richardson over and watches that ball fly. The question is it gone? And it is not. It was a foul ball. A few fans getting pretty excited there for a foul ball.
Well, you can just tell with this altitude, anything that gets up in the air, it just keeps going.
By the way, we talk about Major League Baseball's foray internationally. The Diablos have gone full tilt in terms of jersey sponsorships and pant sponsorships compared to Major League Baseball. That is very noticeable. Gamboa, a little chopper, back to Tully. He'll take the out at first. 2 away with a runner advancing to second.
Yep, those pitchers' fundamental fielding practice that you do all spring training long. Easy play for Tully. Gets the weak contact right in front of home plate. Comes in, takes his time, makes sure he delivers a good throw.
And that pitch right there, I mean, that's a really smart pitch, right? You talked about shadows playing a part, but also there's nothing Gamboa can do with that except just get the edge of the bat on.
Yeah, and I think the edge is the most important thing. Pitching to the edges of the strike zone. And we watch Tully's stuff. It's not the overpowering fastball velocity. He's a finesse guy that's got to move the baseball around, pitch off the plate, use a hitter's aggressiveness against them. And so far, so good with 2 outs here in the third. Only 27 pitches thrown.
First runner of the game by the Diablos to get to second base, so in scoring position as he delivers ball 2. Franklin Barreto singled in his first at bat. And Barreto out to right field. That's your inning right there. Tully, another good bit of work there in the third as we're scoreless heading to the fourth.
The future is here. We've been creating it for more than 100 years, putting the most advanced technology into people's hands. Generation after generation, tool after tool, again and again. Bringing you the most reliable network of authorized sales and service dealers. Always moving forward. We lead, others follow.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage, and in PSA can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
It's a Monday triple header. The Mets tee off against the Yankees at 1 Eastern. Then at 4, tune in to Cards Cubs, followed by the Red Sox versus the Rangers at 8, here on MLB Network.
Today's injury report brought to you by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees. Garrett Cole, of course, on the DL with nerve inflammation and edema in his right elbow. Jason Dominguez, I said DL, AIL. Jason Dominguez still recovering from Tommy John surgery, and then Tommy Kahnle, right shoulder inflammation. DJ LeMahieu, according to Aaron Boone, a long shot to be ready now for opening day. That news coming out today. So again, it goes back to the question of who do you put in that leadoff spot? You mentioned Gleyber Torres a possibility. Anthony Volpe, Alex Verdugo has been floated out there as a possibility as well.
You know, we just looked at that graphic as well. Tommy Kahnle throwing live batting practice, so he's working his way back. Hopefully he won't miss too much of the season.
New pitcher for the Diablos, lefty Connor Menez takes over. 15 games in Japan last year, pitching to an ERA north of 8. Scoreless on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. 4 hits for the Yankees against Trevor Bauer in this one so far as Menez takes over. And 2 hits for the Diablos. Kevin Smith flew out to right field in his first at bat. You know, let's talk about the importance of a guy like Oswaldo Cabrera. If what Boone says is true, that LeMahieu might not be ready for opening day, just for him to be hitting a stride right now as the regular season is just 4 days away.
Bob, there's no doubt about it, and especially a guy who, you know, he didn't hit the way that we thought you would last year. So coming into spring training, looking to make a club, first of all, and now you get this opportunity that might be presented to you, and you don't know how long it would last. Is it a week? Is it 10 days? Whatever it is, you want to make sure you're on top of your game to take advantage of that opportunity. And it looks like Cabrera has been swinging the bat so much better here the last maybe week to 10 days. There's an opportunity to be had. He's got to make sure he's ready to take advantage of it and contribute to some wins early on.
Now, the good thing for Cabrera, if he just continues to play well and hit, when LeMahieu does come back, it's like, hey, Oswaldo, go grab your outfielder's mitt. Go grab your first baseman mitt. He's got a lot of options around that infield.
One of the frustrating things, Bob, about being a, you know, quote-unquote backup player is that you get all of these at-bats during spring training, right? You're getting 40, 50, maybe 60 at-bats.
3-2 pitch, Kevin Smith, chopper, third base, 1 away.
And then all of a sudden the season starts, right, and you're a backup player, and those at-bats go away, and you lose your timing, and it's so easy as a backup to make the excuse, well, how am I supposed to hit if I'm not getting at-bats, to be able to stay sharp. An off-speed pitch, Smith right out of, rolled over in front of it. So, again, we go back to this opportunity. If DJ is not going to be ready on opening day, Cabrera swinging a hot bat coming in, you have to take advantage of those at-bats at the beginning of the year.
Grant Richardson singled in his first at-bat.
Now you're starting to see maybe a little uncomfortable swing there, and that would just tell me an off-balance swing, that the shadows somewhat becoming a factor here. And left on left, a good at-bat here for Richardson to see where his game is.
Shadows will not be an issue in the Monday night game. That's an 8 p.m. start on the Yes app. Little chopper back to the pitcher. Menez on to first, 2 away. Our producer, Mike Medvin, reminding me that it's a 2-hour time difference, so tomorrow night's start will be 6 p.m. in Mexico City.
Yeah, I had a little text exchange with Mike Medvin the other day that got very, very confusing on the time differences, and I said, just tell me when I need to be here to do the game. Let's just simplify it. So, got a 4 o'clock start today, 8 o'clock tomorrow night.
Brings up Greg Allen. Allen walked in his first at bat. And a check swing, 1-1. Now, travel-wise for these players, they're in Mexico City through Monday night. Would you, for those, Allen gets a 2-out base hit to left, would you make a quick trip back to Tampa? I assume you probably packed all your stuff and you're ready to go from Mexico City wherever you need to go.
I would assume the same thing, right? And, you know, obviously there's a lot of decisions that still have to be made on this final roster. So if you're Ben Tulabitz, who's a traveling secretary for the Yankees, there's probably so many different scenarios out there. Okay, if you make the club, you're heading to Houston. If you don't make it, we're going to have a flight back to Tampa. We don't know all the details of that, but I'm sure it's going to be a fluid situation.
Now, that's another thing. Aaron Boone said that normally he might call somebody into his office face-to-face to say, hey, you made the team or you didn't, but he's in Mexico City, so might have to be a Zoom or a phone conversation.
Yeah, a lot different, right?
Yeah.
Than when you're meeting with somebody either to deliver the good news that you just made this opening day roster, which, you know, could change a player's career, or on the unfortunate side of it, if you have to tell somebody, hey, you had a great spring, but it just didn't work out roster-wise. So a challenging situation for Aaron Boone.
Well, they have Allen picked off, and he's caught in a rundown. Allen trying to make the most of it. Does he get back in time? They did hang on to the ball. So Allen picked off at first. We'll take it to the bottom of the fourth, scoreless in Mexico City.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness a buck. Yeah! But Tyler and Toby on another level.
Get it for a buck, get it for a buck. Dave Single, Dave Single. Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Dave Single for a buck. Only in the app.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
When Barbara switched to TurboTax,
I broke 4 generations of family tradition. Ma, I want to make perfume.
so I made Barbara's new sidekick count by guaranteeing her maximum refund. Intuit TurboTax.
Add more joy to your journey at the Hyundai Getaway Sales Event. Get in and get away now before these deals are gone. Get 0% APR or up to $1,500 bonus cash on the Hyundai Tucson. But hurry, these offers end soon.
Your Wyndham is waiting. Because after crushing yesterday's meeting, you deserve a little me time. With 24 trusted brands by Wyndham to choose from, your Wyndham is waiting. Get the lowest price at WyndhamHotels.com.
See the incredible impact of the women breaking barriers on and around the diamond as MLB Tonight proudly celebrates Women at Bat. Wednesday at 5 Eastern on MLB Network, part of MLB Network's Baseball Eve celebration.
I met him a couple times, and I even get to play with him in WBC, and it was amazing. I mean, the skills he has, and he's just incredible, and I think he's a better person in that side. He's just a mentor for me. Definitely he congratulate me and tell me how good it is over here.
Juan Soto with a lot of respect for former Yankee Robinson Cano. They were able to have a conversation about what it's like to put the pinstripes on, and Soto locked into that conversation. We're scoreless in Mexico City in the bottom of the fourth on the Montefiore-Einstein scoreboard. Tanner Tully out for his fourth inning of work and facing Robinson Cano. as Cano grounded into a 4-6-3 double play in his first at bat in the first. This time lifts one out to right, gets that one up in the air, and gets the Diablos on the board. Robbie Cano, a solo shot, 1-0. Diablos. It's like he has a new short porch out and right there.
The first time I ever heard Robinson Cano's name was spring training in 2005, and he was a young minor leaguer, and coaches were coming around saying, you need to see this kid hit. The ball jumps off his bat differently, and obviously an outstanding major league career, and the swing really has never changed from the first time he got to the major leagues in 2005. The open stance, taking his time and observing that one, playing it up to the crowd a little bit.
That swing always so effortless looking, and you see the celebration hat as a sombrero. And of course it would be rojo in color for the Diablos Rojos. 1-0, they lead it over the Yankees on Cano's solo shot off Tully here in the fourth. Jose Rondon popped to first base in his first at bat.
Again, going back to spring training in 2005, when all of a sudden Robinson was making an impression during the spring, and he comes up that year and hits .297 in 132 games. The rest is history after that.
Rondon out to right, and Allen called off, one away. By the way, Robbie Cano, repaying that mutual respect, he said, for me, it was one of the coolest moments because one of the best players in the game, this is during the 2023 World Baseball Classic, wanted my autograph. A guy, I was one of his idols, but now I'm such a big fan of his because I love to watch him play. For me, he's a perfect player for New York. And I would see he sees a lot of similarities in terms of left-handed bat, swing, effortless, good control of the strike zone.
And I think also the personality to be able to say this guy's going to be perfect for New York. And now we've only seen it from Juan Soto during spring training, but you could tell he enjoys the big moment. He enjoys the stage. And we'll see him on opening day against Houston, where it all begins for real.
Jafet Amador grounded out to third base in the second inning. Tully missing away 2-1.
Well, you could tell that this guy is a fan favorite in Mexico City. The numbers speak for themselves with his production last year. But when he got introduced for his first at bat, there was a different level of applause and appreciation.
And a base hit to left field with one out. Tully's at 38 pitches. I would imagine they'd love to get him through this inning. Maybe he can get a double play ground ball. Aristides Aquino is up. He did ground out in his last at bat.
Well, Bob, we talked earlier about the players kind of taking in this whole experience and really enjoying the moment. I think Aaron Boone is one of those people, as Mariano Rivera, fan-friendly in Mexico City. I think Aaron is one of those baseball historians where he loves the game, he loves the history of the game. And I think when he was talking to the media, you could tell the appreciation on what this means to him to bring the Yankee brand to Mexico City. He knows how important that is.
1-1 pitch to Aquino. Tully misses up, 2-1. And a swing and a miss, 2-2. And in talking to Omar Minaya, you got the sense that if it was any other team, it would not quite be the same thing. But the fact that the Diablos have such a rich history, 16 championships, the Yankees of Mexico is what people call them, that this matchup is a perfect matchup for a two-game series. Three-two pitch coming up. Crowd is amped up for it. And Aquino pops that one up. Rojas tracking it down, 2 away. Gets out a little ahead of that one and got underneath it. And you see Rojas call off Trevino for the second out of the inning. Jose Marmolejos is the first baseman, his second at bat. He flew out to left field in his first. They really go after first pitch fastballs, no doubt about it.
Really
that
good,
little cutter?
Really good pitch right there from Tully. That little cutter on the inner half that'll freeze a left-handed batter, and that just cuts right to that inside corner. Good pitch, good call by Trevino.
He's ahead 0-2 and trying to get him to swing. Did he check his swing? Nope. They called him out, so Tully able to work his way through this inning, but not before Cano hits a solo shot to put the Diablos up 1-0.
Another round.
I'm good.
Let's do a song.
Are you keeping as much of your investment gains as possible? High taxes can erode returns quickly. At Creative Planning, your portfolio is managed in a tax-efficient manner. It's what you keep that really matters. Book your free meeting today at creativeplanning.com.
The Cantina Chicken Quesadilla isn't just for late night, because it has a perfect slow-roasted chicken to melted cheese ratio. That's chicken on the inside, cheese everywhere else. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Quesadilla, only at Taco Bell.
What do we know? We know that Spectrum Mobile means amazing value. For $15 each, you get 2 lines with unlimited talk, text, data, nationwide 5G, coast-to-coast coverage, speed boost. It's just a lot of great stuff, which is why I made this.
What is it?
It's a prize wheel. Everything that's on it, you get. And you can spin it.
But you don't have to spin it, because no matter where it lands, you already get everything on it.
Exactly. No matter what, you win.
Oh, so it's like a metaphor.
No, just fun.
Oh.
You know what? Let's just forget about the wheel. I thought it was the coolest thing, because, you know, everything you get is on it. But I'm over it.
You work really hard on it. You should definitely spin it.
No, I got 4 more classes after this. They might want to spin it.
We all want you to spin it.
No.
Come on.
No, no.
Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel. Spin the wheel.
Get more with your mobile. Get Spectrum Mobile. Just $15 each for 2 lines of unlimited. Call, click, or visit a Spectrum store today.
This trip by the Yankees to Mexico City to take on the Diablos is a big deal. Last time it happened, March of 1968. On the right, that is obviously Mickey Mantle in a sombrero. He homered in one of the 4 games that they played against the Diablos and the Tigres. Flash, I'm not sure he was as happy to be wearing the sombrero in that picture as he was in the previous one. Joe Pepitone was there as well. The Yankees winning 3 of the 4 games. And again, that was like basically quite the event in Mexico and Mexico City when the Yankees came to visit mid-March of '68. Yankees won 3 of 4. The Diablos did win one of those games. They outscored the Diablos and the Tigres 25-16. Mantle had the home run in what would be his final season. So again, going back to Omar Minaya, those folks had a chance to see Mantle before he ended up retiring. What a great moment for them.
Amazing moment, and it looked like the players were embracing that whole trip. Joe Pepitone always liked to have a good time, enjoying some time in Mexico. So pretty amazing that we come back 2024 and do it all over again.
New pitcher for the Diablos is Edwin Fierro, and that is the box score on the 20th de Marzo. And you take a look at that. It was a 9-1 Yankees win. Pepitone went 2 for 5. That's old school right there. That's you pick up the morning paper and you get that. Or that came across the wire somewhere. Anthony Volpe leading things off. He was at bat in the 4th inning when Greg Allen was picked off first base. Lifts that one up in the air to left field. And one away. Would you expect this game to be, for some of the regulars, Flash, like a normal spring game, maybe 3 at-bats or 4 at-bats, and then Aaron Boone will make some substitutions?
Yeah, I would think so, and there's probably some conversations going on in the dugout with guys like Volpe and Stanton, like, hey, do you want another at-bat, or was that good for you? You're going to take it to the house and get ready for tomorrow night.
Stanton is grounded out to short and struck out so far. Kind of an off-balance swing there as he chased a pitch outside 0-2. That's the biggest thing with him, right? That level, balanced stance.
It is. I think the end result that we see sometimes when his feet are moving and he's off balance, that tells us that he's not where he wants to be. But I'm watching his hands this spring, and there's a little more movement in his hands, which gets him ready to hit a little bit earlier. And the elevated fastball and velocity last year was an issue, and we're not seeing as much of that this spring. You don't have to cheat to get the velocity, but you need a little bit of movement in your hands, get a little bit ready to hit a little bit earlier, and you should be right on time.
1-2 pitch. And a chopper to third base. On to first, 2 away. Well, suit up this season at MLBshop.com. Check out the largest selection of official jerseys, caps, T-shirts, collectibles, and more. Gear up with your Yankees at MLBshop.com. 1-0 game here in the top of the 5th as the Yankees visit Mexico City for 2 games. One today and another tomorrow night before they're set to break camp and get ready to start opening day Thursday the 28th, Thursday afternoon in Houston. That's a tough little start for them, too. 4 out of the chute in Houston and 3 against the Diamondbacks in Arizona.
Yeah, Diamondbacks with that good run last year, a good young team, and obviously we know the Houston Astros and the history between the Yankees. So Framber Valdez against Nestor Cortez opening day.
Cabrera is 1 for 1. He's walked and singled, got as far as third base for the Yankees, left him stranded with 2 on in the 3rd.
You got a little pre and post game coverage on opening day, right?
Sure do, absolutely.
What time do I need to be there for that, Bob?
I should probably show up at about 7 a.m.
That's a little early.
Coverage begins at 3 as a ground ball to second base, and that will do it. Let's go to the bottom of the 5th on the Cadillac scoreboard. 1-0 Diablos.
Cardinals, Dodgers, MLB Network's Thursday afternoon showcase, live at 4 Eastern.
Cracked windshield? Schedule with SafeLight, and we'll come to you to fix it. This customer was enjoying her morning walk. We texted her when we were on our way, and she could track us and see exactly when we'd arrive.
I have a few more minutes. Let's go.
We came to her with service that fit her schedule.
You must be Pascal.
Nice to meet you. We got right to work with a replacement she could trust.
We come to you for free. Schedule now for free mobile service at SafeLight.com.
SafeLight Repair, SafeLight Replace.
Is bad debt holding you back? All your ambitions, all in one app. Low fixed rates. Borrow up to $100K. No fees required. SoFi. Get your money right.
Everyone's hyped that Wendy's made the official hamburger of March Madness a buck. Yeah! But Tyler and Toby on another level.
Get it for a buck! Get it for a buck! Dave Single! Dave Single! Get hyped with fresh, never frozen beef on Wendy's Dave Single for a buck. Only in the app.
If you feel like things don't add up right now, you're not alone. So we've lowered the price on hundreds of your favorite products. Because when the cost of living goes up, we find new ways to go low. It's why we're here. That's a promise, not a promo.
It is here, ladies and gentlemen. The boys of summer are back.
Baseball is just seconds away.
High fly ball to deep right field.
At 10:17 in the evening of June the 29th, 1990. If you have a sombrero, throw it to the sky.
The incomparable Vin Scully bringing us our Audi electric moment. Experience a fully electric Audi vehicle at your local tri-state Audi dealer today. Diablos leading this one, bottom of the fifth on the Cadillac scoreboard, 1-0 on a Robinson Cano solo home run. I was growing up in Los Angeles when Fernando joined that team. It was called Fernando Mania, and it was absolutely that. His starts were appointment television, and he came up as a teenager.
Amazing career. Amazing when he came up and just basically overtook the game with Fernando Mania. And I was lucky enough to catch him 6 years after that no-hitter at the end of his career. And what a great teammate, first of all. What a funny man, second of all. And what a blast to catch, because his stuff at that point was kind of diminished, right? He didn't have that good fastball. But back, today we talk about cutters. Everybody's throwing cutters. Fernando back in 1996 had a nice little cut fastball at about 86 miles an hour.
Ground ball, Volpe on the first, one away.
And of course, you knew this, Bob. He was known for his screwball, right. And there is a great look at the resume.
I mean, look at the eyeballs, too. Look into the heavens as he made that turn. Won a championship in 1981 with the Dodgers. Postseason career ERA 1.98, and of course one of the favorite sons of Mexico from Navajo.
Well, dominant in that Cy Young and Rookie of the Year with just amazing stuff. But when I caught him, he was such a baseball savant on how to get hitters out, right? And I was saying he was known for that screwball, and there were times he would purposely throw ball one with a screwball away from a righty, ball two with a screwball away from a righty, and then cut a little fastball in on the hands and get an easy out and start laughing behind his glove. What a treat.
We'll talk more about Fernando and more about the Diablos coming up as the Yanks make a pitching change.
When enamel is gone, you cannot get it back, but you can repair it with Pronamel Repair. It penetrates deep into the tooth to actively repair acid-weakened enamel. I recommend Pronamel Repair. With new Pronamel Repair mouthwash, you can enhance that repair beyond brushing. They work great together.
The Cantina Chicken Burrito isn't just for late night, because it keeps it light with slow-roasted shredded chicken and finely shredded purple cabbage in a freshly grilled tortilla that's not shredded. Introducing the new Cantina Chicken Burrito, only at Taco Bell.
I met with the TurboTax expert because I had 2 full-time jobs, lawyering and lambing.
Count on me, Mia. I'll file your taxes for you with 100% accuracy guaranteed.
Let a TurboTax full-service expert do your taxes as soon as today.
Another round. I'm good.
Let's do a song.
Meet the traveling trio. The thrill seeker, the soul searcher, and ahoy, it's the explorer. Each helping to protect their money with Chase. Whoa, a lost card isn't keeping this thrill seeker down. Lost her card? Not the vibe. The soul searcher is finding his identity and helping to protect him. Oh yeah, the explorer. She's looking to dive deeper, all while Chase looks out for her. Because these friends have Chase. Alerts that help check, tools that help protect, one bank that puts you in control. Chase, make more of what's yours.
Welcome back to Yankee Spring Training presented by Ford. Proud to be the official SUV of the New York Yankees. Yankees fans show their colors everywhere they go, but Diablos Rojos fans showing their colors as well in support of their team, leading 1-0 here in the bottom of the fifth as the Yankees make a pitching change and bring in Jonathan Loaisiga. Loaizaga missing away, 1-0. Good spot for him to come in, 1 out, nobody on base in a situation maybe he'd have to come in at some point in the season.
Yeah, and you see the numbers from last year and what jumps out at you, only 17 games, and such an important piece for the Yankees moving forward this year to keep him healthy, be a big part of that bullpen.
Facing the catcher, Xavier Fernandez, who singled back in the third. And fly ball, left center field. Richardson calls off Allen, 2 away. Want to go back to that conversation about Valenzuela. James Smythe, our colleague, bringing this up. You caught Fernando 26 times in 96 and 97. That's a lot of quality time with Fernando.
It was a pleasure because he would, as David Cohn said, he would drive the bus, right? I mean, he was calling his own pitches and, like I said, purposely throwing balls out of the strike zone so that eventually later on he would be able to run a little cutter in there to get an easy pop-up. So he was such a fun guy to catch.
Also, we should note from 81 to 86, 6 straight All-Star seasons. Flash and I were talking about this off air. He averaged 256 innings.
Amazing. It's amazing when you see some of the numbers that these starting pitchers would go out there year in and year out and throw 250-plus innings. And then again, I go back to the cut fastball that we hear so much about today. Fernando was throwing back in 96 and 97.
0-2 pitch from Loaizaga, just misses inside. That's part of his beauty, right? I mean, he was known for that screwball, as you said, but just tweaking the pitches a little bit like it was nothing to him.
Yeah, I think in today's day and age where, you have the pitching labs and everybody's trying all the numbers, Fernando was old school. I know how to get people out. As Loaizaga gets a called third strike there.
He knows how to get people out as well. A 1-2-3-5 as we take it to the 6th in a 1-0 game.
Man, we can't buy a bucket.
You know what you do, your team can't buy a bucket.
You gonna say buy a bucket of Corona, huh?
No.
Your bucket, Mr. Manning?
Oh, who ordered this? Give me this.
You think you slick. You not slick.
I got you this lever right here. Yeah.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
What's up at DQ? 2 sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. All white meat chicken in your choice of wing famous flavors like honey barbecue or new Parmesan garlic. Hurry in. Wing joint flavor is at DQ. DQ. Happy tastes good.
File 100% free with TurboTax Free Edition. Roughly 37% of taxpayers qualify. Form 1040 and limited credits only. See how at TurboTax.com. That's me.
We're back in Mexico City with the Diablos Rojos leading 1-0 in this ball game. Tanner Tully pitching very well in this one for the Yanks, keeping the Diablos to 1 run. This copyrighted telecast is presented by authority of the New York Yankees and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without the express written consent of the New York Yankees. Michael Marriott is in to pitch for the Diablos. And he will face, we believe, Oscar Gonzalez starting things off here in the top half of the 6th inning. Gonzalez penciled into the cleanup spot. 1-0 Diablos in the 6th on the Audi scoreboard. Bob Lorenz, John Flaherty with you. As we've enjoyed a great afternoon of baseball in Mexico City. And pitching has told the story pretty much. Yankees have put together some good at-bats, but yet to push across a run. Oscar Gonzalez is grounded out and singled, and he's got a second single of the afternoon, leading things off here in the 6th.
Well, Gonzalez, one of those guys, when his swing is right on time, it's just so short and sweet. Drills that line drive to left field. Big league time with the Guardians, so he's going to be an insurance policy for the outfield for the Yankees, you would think.
I mentioned the Yanks offense is threatened. They left the bases loaded in the 2nd. They left 2 on in the 3rd. But again, trying to string together some base hits. This is Jose Rojas. He has popped to short and struck out. And strike evens the count at 1-1. Marriott missing away, 2-1. Going with the off-speed stuff, keeping the ball away so far.
Yeah, a couple of back-to-back change-ups, looking for that ground ball possibility of a double play. Doesn't look to be overpowering with velocity.
Chips away at the outside part, misses again, 3-1.
Well, this is, if you're Rojas here, you're in the driver's seat, 3-1 count. You have a runner at first. You got that hole between first and second open. Look for that fastball in the inner half. If you get it, try to do some damage. If not, be disciplined to take if it's not what you like.
And instead a swing and just gets a bit of the barrel on it. 3-2. Our viewing audience will know that they love that horn. And again, maybe it's a disruptive force of some kind as Gonzalez gets thrown out at first.
Yeah, Gonzalez not known as a base stealer, but maybe trying to get a little bit of a jump on a 3-2 count if he was going to be in motion. The good quick tag. He's got caught leaning.
Is it the horn? Is that it? We've seen a few crazy things happen so far.
I'm sure the guy who's working the horn is thinking that I have something to do with it, but I don't know if I'm going to give him that much credit, Bob.
No doubt. 1-out walk, and that one hurts. It could have advanced the runner to second, but Rojas with a 1-out walk. And that'll bring up Jose Trevino. Trevino is singled and grounded out in this game. Just big picture, if it is Trevino and Austin Wells, what do you think of that combination? The way Wells is hit, left-handed bat, and Trevino working together.
I love everything about it. I mean, I think you start, if that's the way it all plays out, you can play matchups, right? Right-handed pitching, left-handed pitching. But I think in the room, Bob, in the clubhouse, in the pitchers' meetings, Jose has so much to offer on game calling, experience, and the ability to help out not only Austin Wells getting better in that department, but the rest of the pitching staff. So if it plays out that way, I think at the beginning of the year you go matchups righty-lefty, and then you see how it all plays out. And obviously a young player like Austin Wells, you want to make sure he's getting plenty of reps where he's not sitting too much, where his development is going to be stunted a little bit. But he has shown enough this spring training. I showed it in September last year, but we always know you don't really pay attention September, you know, with the end of the season and then spring training. You say, okay, well, we don't pay attention to these numbers. But I'm talking about the work behind the plate, how much better defensively Austin has improved. In my opinion, he deserves to be on this team. It gives you another left-handed bat that you have to like.
2-1 pitch to Trevino. And grounds it foul, 2-2.
It's such an interesting time of the year for so many different players who are fighting for a big league job. Right? Is there an opportunity? Maybe not. Do I go back to the minor leagues? Is there going to be some players who are going to be released? Or are there going to be players picked up on waivers? It's just the last week of spring training. It's just from a player standpoint, when you're on that bubble, so many different things can happen to you. And then you throw on top of that, if you have a family that you're responsible for, you just don't know where your life is going to be next week. It's an uneasy feeling.
And there are players with opt-outs. There are still veteran free agents that are out there. It is an interesting time, and it's gotten more interesting over the past few seasons with the way that has developed. 2-2 pitch coming up to Trevino with Rojos at first. Fouls that one away to stay alive.
You know, just talking about it brings me back to 2003 when I made the Yankees as a non-roster player. And I did not find out that I made that opening day roster until the 5th inning of the final spring training game, where it was between Chris Widger and myself for that catching spot. And Joe Torre told us both, I know this isn't fair, but you both have to pack like we're going to Toronto, and we'll let you know at some point during the game.
Swing and a miss by Trevino for out number 2.
The 5th inning, we're both sitting in the dugout.
Were you guys playing that game, by the way, at all?
No, okay. Joe said, I'm not going to play you guys. We got to figure out what we're going to do here. So Chris and I were sitting in the dugout together, and we got along great. I mean, you knew what the situation was, but Robbie Kukuza, the clubhouse guy, came in and said, hey, Chris, Joe needs to see you in his office. So now I'm sitting there like, is that good for me or bad for me? I have no idea how to read it. And then 5 minutes later, Robbie came and said, Joe needs to see you. And I got the good news that I got the spot. And Chris went to St. Louis. And we were both veteran players, so we kind of had a good feeling. If it didn't work out with the Yankees, there was probably going to be an opportunity somewhere else. And again, I go back to, how about the guy who was in St. Louis, thought he made that opening day roster, but Chris Widger was available. He gets the spot instead of him. So many things change here in the last week of spring training.
Kevin Smith, the batter, with 2 away and a runner at first. When you got called in, did you see Widger at that point, or was he already gone?
No, he was in the clubhouse, but I didn't know. You know, Joe's office, when you come up the dugout, is to the right.
Right.
And the players' locker room or clubhouse is off to the left. So when I ducked into Joe's office, I saw Brian Cashman and Joe, and they both gave me the good news. I did not see Chris. I went back to the dugout and kind of took it all in, and then, you know, Chris packed up and made his way to St. Louis.
Any conversations on the bench with anybody? Like, hey, Flash, what did they talk about?
Yeah, there were, but it was more just me kind of sitting there. Like, there's a game going on, right? Other guys are competing. But it was me kind of just sitting there like, oh, this is, you know, amazing to be able to make the opening day roster in New York.
Kevin Smith to left field. And that will do it here in the 6th inning. Yanks strand another. Still a 1-0 ball game.
From meat-free Monday to sizzle pan Sunday. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
Guess what? Experian Boost is even better because now my monthly insurance payments, my streaming payments, my rent payments, even my phone payments can raise my credit scores instantly. Free.
More ways to build credit. Download the Experian app.
Bottomless confidence, clean and skin-free. Drop your pants and show off your Dude Wipes clean undies.
Switch to Dude Wipes, the wet, flushable wipe that clears instead of smears. Dude Wipes, best clean pants.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now. If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
Cardinals, Dodgers, MLB Network's Thursday afternoon showcase, live at 4 Eastern.
Courtesy of TikTok. Tickets are going fast, so get yours today at Yankees.com. That was a game that was supposed to happen September 22nd, got rained out, and that bobblehead of Aaron Judge has an interlocking base that matches up with the Roger Maris number 61 bobblehead that was given out last season. So hopefully those in attendance have the Maris bobblehead and they can put those two together. We are in the bottom of the 6th inning, and the Diablos lead the Yankees 1-0 on a Robinson Cano solo home run. This is Franklin Barreto, the leadoff batter's third at bat. He singled and flew out to right field.
Well, you hear so much with pitchers, especially during spring training, talking about the up-downs, right? So Loaizaga came in the 5th inning at the last couple of outs, sits in the dugout. Now he's back out there for the 6th. And there's been some talk maybe about him being a multiple inning pitcher during the year to protect him a little bit from some of the arm issues that he has had. So the up-downs become very important to get his legs underneath him, get the arm cranked up again after a couple of outs last inning, back to work.
Now, specifically, is that the biggest thing for him to sit down, the arm cools a little bit, and then you wind it back up again? What would be the importance of that?
Well, I think it's just getting physically to a point where you don't warm up in the bullpen, come in, get a couple of outs, and then you're done, right? You warm up in the bullpen, you get a couple of outs. As you said, you cool down, as this should be an easy play for Gonzalez, and then you got to get the legs going again, got to get the arm cranked up again, and the Yankees thinking, we'll see how it all plays out because things change during the year, but maybe if he's a multiple inning pitcher, then you can say, okay, you get 2 days off after that outing, and maybe that protects his arm a little bit.
And that's so unique to every individual player, right? As you see the home run that Cano hit his last at bat as he comes up for his 4th at bat of the afternoon. It's a difference in a 1-0 game, and this one he sprays into the left field corner. We'll see if that results in 2 as Richardson tracks it down, and indeed it does. So Robbie Cano, a 1-out double here in the 6th.
Well, Robinson Cano enjoying this game with his solo home run and the ability to go the other way, and it's just amazing when you watch him hit. It brings me back to 2005, the first time I'd ever seen him. And the swing looks exactly the same. The power to right field and the ability to stay inside the baseball and drive it the other way. There's a reason he's had such an amazing career, to using the whole field to deliver base hits.
Do you know what I remember when he came up? Because we always need to be so particular about name pronunciations. And again, nobody really knew him. We'd say, is it Robinson Cano? Or is it Cano?
Yeah.
It's one of those little things, but you want to get it right. His first game. Luckily, we did. We did the research.
Yeah, the first time I heard his name, our bullpen catcher, Mike Borzello, was throwing BP to Robbie on a backfield. Yeah. And he came in, and said, dude, you got to see this kid hit, man. This is different. It's loud. He drives the ball the other way. And, boy, when he burst on the scene in 2005, he never looked back.
Jose Rondon has popped up and flown out to right field. Cano's on second with 1 out here in the 6th. And a chopper to the right side and a base hit. We'll see if that can score Cano as Gonzalez comes up throwing, and they decide to hold him at third. So 1st and 3rd with 1 away.
Again, we've seen some ground balls that have some hop. They have some top spin. It looks like a fast infield. This ball not really stung the other way, but got good top spin and bounces into right field. I think the Yankees, more importantly, looking at Loaizaga and his stuff. Good velocity, good little movement there. to get on top of the baseball and pound it into the ground, but nothing to show for it.
Looked like Robbie thought he might have the green light for a second, but they held him up pretty quickly to keep runners at first and third. One away, and Jafet Amador, he singled in his last at bat, so he does that again. He could put the Diablos up 2-0.
Yeah, this is their big run producer right in the middle of their lineup.
And in a weird way, this has got to be good for Loizaga, right? These are the situations he might be in, first and third, one away late in the game.
Yeah, I don't think there's any doubt. He's got the swing and miss stuff. We know that. But he's also got the two-seamer that can get a ground ball and the possibility of a double play to get out of here without any damage. And you start lining it up for opening day on Thursday. This probably would be his last appearance, right? He gets an up-down. Get the pitch count up now up at 16 and hopefully get out of here in good shape and look forward to opening day.
0-1 pitch. Little chopper to the right side. That's going to get a run in as Smith gobbles it up and gets the out at first. 2-0 Diablos, so as Cano scores.
Oh, nice play by Kevin Smith just to keep this ball in the infield, but the ability to finish off the play and get the out. Sorry, that's Oswaldo Cabrera who moved over to second base from his backside and delivers an accurate throw. Nice play.
So Cabrera keeping up the good work defensively this spring, but again, easily scores Robinson Cano to put the Diablos up 2-0. And Aristides Aquino is the hitter, 0 for 2 this afternoon, grounded out to third and popped out to first. 2 away here in the bottom of the 6th. Hot shot into center field. That will score the runner from second base to give the Diablos a 3-0 lead on the RBI single by Aristides Aquino.
Well, this has been a little bit of a tough luck inning for Loizaga on some of those ground balls, but this is a rocket from Aquino. Another look at the pitch, looked like a fastball, pretty much middle with a little bit of movement. And Aquino turns it around.
Now that ball had some good exit velo, but you do have to admit, from what you've been talking about, that infield is fast.
Yeah,
it got through in a hurry.
Yeah, he's had some tough luck base hits on the ground balls, but that one was center cut fastball. And you wonder at this point now, pitch count up at 20, and we mentioned the up down. So this is you know, obviously you want to get out of here with some clean innings, but this is some good work for Loizaga, setting a foundation moving forward.
Jose Marmolejos has flown out to left field and struck out swinging. One pitch. He had a good change up there to get him swinging 1-2. Loizaga takes some more off and gets the out there. His 23rd pitch gets out, but the Diablos scored 2 more to lead it 3-0.
You ever just look at them and think, yeah, I'm doing all right. Life's a trip. Make the most of it at Best Western.
It's Michael's lowest prices of the season. Shop now for up to 70% off store-wide and score huge deals on spring stems, art and craft supplies, and custom frames. Plus, save on all spring floral and decor and all Easter decor. And here's another way to save.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 is so good, the crew is giving every combination code names.
Bis squared.
Egg and cheese biscuit and sausage biscuit. 2 biscuits. I'm impressed Tyler knew what squaring was.
Mathletes?
No matter what you call it, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3.
MLB Tonight's spring training coverage, only on MLB Network.
A nice backdrop for the stadium that holds a little more than 20,000. The Diablos scoring 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning off Jonathan Loaisaga to take a 3-0 lead. As we head to the top of the 7th inning, Yanks got to try and get a little bit of offense going. They've been able to get men on, but not able to push them across. Alex Claudio, the left-hander, in to pitch for the Diablos. Made an appearance with the Brewers last season. Pitched 51 games in AAA in relief.
Yeah, the first thing you're going to notice is the low 3/4 arm angle. Kind of slings the baseball up to the plate.
3-0 Diablos on the Montefiore Einstein scoreboard. Nelson Medina is the new hitter for the Yankees, taking over for Grant Richardson. .250 hitter between single and AAA in 62 games, 6 homers, 30 runs batted in last year. One-two pitch to Medina. And up the middle. Cano with a nice play, and they got him one away.
How old is Robinson Cano?
40, I think.
I mean, he makes that play going to his right. He's 41 years old and still has plenty with the throwing arm to throw across his body to make the nice defensive play. Went to the shortstop side of second base, across his body, no problem.
That'll bring up Greg Allen with one away. Allen's walked and singled so far. Picked off back in the 4th. Claudio slings in a strike to even the count at 1-1. Yankees have been runners on in every inning but the 5th. Allen, a little chopper back to Claudio. On to first, 2 away. What do you remember most about that trip to Mexico City that you took to the Devil Rays?
Well, I remember most importantly, it was like the middle of spring training where you kind of get to that point where it gets monotonous, the grind, right? So we were so looking forward to kind of getting away for a few days as a team. And I always felt it was a good opportunity to come together, right, as a group when you're traveling, when you have meals on the road. It was a great experience. I remember the fans, the excitement, the energy in the stadiums, but it was just overall just such a cool thing to check out.
Anthony Volpe has hit 2 balls well, but has nothing to show for it, including a strikeout. He's 0 for 3. Do you notice big differences in his swing that he tried to rebuild, or is it always just kind of fine things that for maybe the average person are hard to pick up?
Yeah, I'd noticed the path of his swing. Everybody says it's flatter, but, you know, the one thing that jumps out to me, it seems like the barrel of his bat is staying through the zone so much longer than it did last year. Last year there was an uppercut, and he was in the strike zone and out so quickly, and he got exposed a little bit with elevated velocity. And you know, I always remember the Hall of Famer Wade Boggs when he used to talk hitting with me. He would say, you want to hit that baseball, but then continue through that. Like, you're almost like thinking about hitting 5 baseballs out in front of home plate, that your bat stays through the strike zone. And, you know, Wade could talk in different ways about, you know, bat angles, U's and V's and all this. But the one thing I always took away is making contact and staying through the middle of the field with the barrel of your bat gives you chances on off-speed pitches.
Volpe chunks that one out to left, and it's going to drop in for a two-out base hit. Probably not his A swing there, but he has a good result.
But he's going to take it. And again, I say when you keep your bat through the strike zone for a long time, you can get fooled on pitches and still make contact with the barrel and give yourself at least a chance where you're not rolling over, hitting a ball off the end of the bat, and it'd be an easy ground ball.
J.C. Escarra has taken over for Giancarlo Stanton. He will bat with 2 outs and Volpe on first. One-0 pitch from Claudio, in for a strike.
Tough assignment here for Escarra, coming in against the left-hander Claudio, who drops down at that uncomfortable arm angle. And you get a pinch hit appearance for Giancarlo Stanton late in the game at the battle against his tough lefty.
So that was probably one of those conversations, right? Stanton had 3 at-bats, felt good with what he'd done. Two-one pitch to Escarra. And Claudio misses away, 3-1.
Good news for Yankee fans is when you think about Giancarlo Stanton, where he is with this spring training, and you think back to a couple of years ago when he faced left-handed pitching, he would do so much damage, right? It wasn't afraid of the breaking ball going away from him. The breaking ball from the lefty would come right down and in to his sweet spot, and he hit his 3 home runs the other night against the lefty. So that might be good signs for Stanton moving forward.
Escarra, a 2-out walk. Volpe moves to second, so the Yanks have a couple aboard, hoping to do some damage here in the top half of the 7th inning. And that's the manager, Bundy, coming out to make a pitching change as we'll take a quick break from Mexico City.
I have moderate to severe Crohn's disease. Now there's Skyrizi.
Things are looking up. I've got symptom relief. Control of my Crohn's means everything to me. Control is everything to me.
Feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks with Skyrizi, including less abdominal pain and fewer bowel movements. Skyrizi is the first IL-23 inhibitor that can deliver remission and visibly improve damage of the intestinal lining. And the majority of people experienced long-lasting remission at 1 year.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or a lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, had a vaccine, or plan to. Liver problems may occur in Crohn's disease.
Now's the time to ask your gastroenterologist how you can take control of your Crohn's with Skyrizi.
Control is everything to me.
Learn how AbbVie could help you save.
Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3 is so good, the crew is giving every combination code names.
Bis squared.
Egg and cheese biscuit and sausage biscuit. 2 biscuits. I'm impressed Tyler knew what squaring was.
Mathlete? No matter what you call it, choose wisely. Choose Wendy's breakfast 2 for $3.
Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. And since anyone can create a free plan at Fidelity, Nina has a plan based on what matters most to her. And she can simply focus on right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
We're only 4 days away from opening day. Make sure you're locked into Yes as Aaron Judge and the Yankees kick off the regular season on the road against the Houston Astros. And don't miss the exciting debut of Juan Soto with complete pregame coverage beginning Thursday at 3 o'clock on Yes and the Yes app. So arriving at 7 a.m. Flash is at your discretion.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Unless you want to maybe fire up an 8 o'clock show, carry the network for 7, 8 hours, and then just jump in with me and Jack at 3 o'clock.
We're on at 3 o'clock. I'll see you about 1 o'clock in the afternoon with all my prep work done and looking forward to opening day. Great opening series against the Houston Astros. And like you just read, Juan Soto, first official at bat as a New York Yankee. Pretty cool.
I envision Thursday being this. Flash walks in, puts his stuff down in my office, immediately goes to get a cup of coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yep. That's from my old playing days, Bob. A cup of coffee would get your mind right.
Beautiful. Keep the routine. Never let you down. Jake Sanchez is the new pitcher for the Diablos against Carlos Narvaez. 2 aboard for Narvaez. Diablos lead at 3-0 here in the top of the 7th. Yanks have done a good job getting guys on. They just have not been able to push them across. And Sanchez missing away to Narvaez, 2-1.
Narvaez, another one of those really good young catching prospects that the Yankee system seems to keep producing year in and year out.
Chance to get the Yanks on the board with 2 away here in the top of the 7th. 2-1 pitch from Sanchez. Gets that one up in the air, but it'll go foul into the seats, 2-2. Now you wonder if that would be tempting at all. Now I know that pitch was up, but knowing the elevation, knowing how a ball could fly, that's more than 7,300 feet above sea level. You take your shot.
And you put yourself in this situation. Down 3, a couple of runners on. Of course, you're going to be thinking when you go up there, if I get a pitch to drive. But it changes now with a 2-2 count with 2 outs. Trying to put this ball in play.
Sanchez missing away, full count. Payoff pitch. Narvaez swing and a miss on a fastball up. And that will do it in the top of the 7th. The Yankees get a couple aboard, but come up empty again.
What's up at DQ? 2 sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets. All white meat chicken in your choice of wing famous flavors like honey barbecue or new Parmesan garlic. Hurry in. Wing joint flavor is at DQ. DQ. Happy tastes good.
Why pay too much for cable TV when it costs less for Fubo TV? Get all the channels you want with all the entertainment you love for the price that cable can't beat. Try free at FuboTV.com.
At Not Howie says Taco Bell only really hits after midnight, which is why I'm going to use the Cantina chicken menu to help him see the Taco Bell light.
Very juicy.
Hi, the food hits, right? Are you at Not Howie? Does it hit or does it not hit?
I'd say it hits.
Yeah, it does hit.
I can't lie.
Okay, but you did, maybe. The Cantina Chicken Crispy Taco isn't just for late night.
This is the planning effect. Nina's got a lot of ideas for the future. A lot of ideas. So when she wants a plan based on what matters most, she turns to Fidelity. At Fidelity, anyone can create a free plan, a plan that can change as your priorities do. And Nina's free plan, it leaves her free to focus on what's important right now. That's the planning effect from Fidelity.
So one thing we're going to remember from this game is the fans, the interaction, the electricity in the stadium, plenty of Yankee hats, Yankee jerseys.
Your accurate game summary looks like this. The Diablos on a solo home run from Robbie Cano took a 1-0 lead in the fourth. They tack on 2 more in the sixth and lead this one 3-0. Each team with 7 hits so far. Tanner Tully pitching very well, allowing just a run over 4 1/3 for the Yankees as he got the start. Robbie Cano's enjoyed a 2-for-3 day, a double, a homer, and 2 runs. So the Yanks trying to rally. They'll only have a couple at bats to do it. This is a big moment. It's a big deal. Victor Gonzalez, the native of Mexico, getting a chance to pitch in front of his family and his native Mexicans' hometown of Tuxpan, Mexico, over on the western coast or near the west. 28 years old, won a World Series with the Dodgers in 2020. You brought that up, Flash, and then you see his career numbers. But again, this is a big deal for him in terms of pitching in front of his family. His mom is there, and he said he was going to be nervous. He was going to feel it until he got in to actually pitch.
Yeah, and he actually said the idea that wearing the pinstripes in Mexico in front of his family and friends is going to be an amazing accomplishment. Obviously, making it to the big leagues is the pinnacle, but this is personal. This is a nice moment for him and his family.
Facing Julian Ornelas, who's popped up and grounded to short. Victor Gonzalez was part of that baseball academy founded by the owner of the Diablos, as Ornelas gets that pitch up and in on the hands. So one of the many talented prospects out of that baseball academy.
Take another look at this fastball. Supposed to be down and away, ends up and in. Gets away with it, a foul ball.
1-2 pitch. Right down the pipe for a strikeout. That'll impress family and friends. 1 away. He'd said this on pitching in Mexico City. It's very important to me to have the opportunity to go there to Mexico and pitch there. I have a lot of family members haven't had the opportunity to see me pitch, to wear the Yankees pinstripes and be at home to pitch in front of my family. I think it's going to be incredible for me. So now he's settled in, right? You get that first strikeout, and you face Xavier Fernandez, who's 1 for 2. And a nugget on his being brought up by the Dodgers. He was promoted. His mother had been trying to get a visa to come to the U.S. She finally did, and when she flew to Los Angeles, the Dodgers had just sent him back down to the minors.
No way.
Yeah, so she didn't get a chance to see him.
That's terrible.
At the time. But again, had a big impact with them in that year, in the pandemic-shortened year when they won the title in 2020.
I love that quote that we just showed there with the graphic and what it means to wear the Yankee pinstripes. And that's a real feeling as a player. You know, you play for the Dodgers, obviously a historic franchise, but when you come over to the Yankees and you put that uniform on for the first time, you're like, okay, this is definitely a little bit different.
Fernandez out to center field, and that's 2 away. And I would think, just to add an extra layer, it's more noticeable in a different country. Like, you can be a Yankees fan, or you can be a Yankee and go into, let's say, Baltimore. You know fans are going to travel everywhere, right? But suddenly you come out there and you see how rabid those fans are for baseball and for Yankees in the gear that they're wearing, and you say, wow, okay, this is more than just something in the U.S. Juan Carlos Gamboa is 0 for 2, ground out and a strikeout. Gonzalez spins one on the inside part and gets the strike call. Tries to go in there again and misses. 2-1.
Hey, you watch the pace of this game, no pitch clock, but all of the pitchers are on that kind of
point.
That natural routine. They're used to having a pitch clock, so the pace of the game has still moved quickly.
Chopper up the middle, on to first and well beyond first, as that throw went awry, and Gamboa will be aboard on the E.
Well, I've talked about it a few times, the speed of the infield. I think the defender just got caught on his heels a little bit there and then worked underneath that throw, sailing it high.
Max Burt has taken over.
Gonzalez gets the ground ball, plenty of top spin and a quick infield, and you can see on your heels and you work underneath the throw.
So Gamboa's aboard on the E6, 2 away here in the bottom of the 7th. Gonzalez should have been out of it, but now he'll face Franklin Barreto. He's getting his 4th at bat. He's singled in 3 at bats. And Gonzalez misses. 2-0. Missing away, 3-0. And a strike on the lower outside part of the plate. So 3-1. Gonzalez trying to straighten things out after knowing that he should have been out of the inning, but wasn't on the E6. Crowd getting into it. 3-1 pitch coming up. And fouled away. 3-2. A lot of noise from the Diablos fans. Man aboard, 3-2 pitch, 2 outs in the 7th. And a base hit to left field as the Diablos stay alive against Gonzalez. 1st and 2nd, 2 away. And Victor Gonzalez was probably thinking after getting 2 outs he might not have to face Robinson Cano, but that's exactly what he's going to have to do. Two aboard, 2 away. Cano the batter. And a good matchup for Gonzalez, the way that Cano has been swinging the bat today. Couple hits, a double, and a solo home run. And you got to get these big time outs That's exactly what Gonzalez trying to do right now in a 3-0 game.
Yeah, when you start thinking forward to the regular season, Aaron Boone is going to put Gonzalez in some of these lanes where you have a couple left-handed batters.
Cano with that swing, sweet swing to center field will score a run, make it 4-0 Diablos.
Well, Robinson Cano looks like he's in mid-season form. The solo home run, the double going the other way, and now another base hit to right center field and another RBI for Robinson Cano.
The runner on first advancing to third. So a big 2-out base hit puts the Diablos up 4-0. They'll get a pinch runner for Cano at first.
Another look at the swing, and it looked like a fastball just right down the middle.
Well, Gonzalez should have been out of the inning after the error by Burt. Should have been the third out. Didn't happen. He gives up a couple singles, and now it's a 4-0 game. He's about to deliver his 20th pitch to Jose Rondon. And a chopper to third. They got the out at second, and that will do it. But the Diablos add another in the bottom half of the 7th inning to lead it 4-0.
This isn't Charmin. No wonder I don't feel as clean.
Here's Charmin Ultra Strong.
Ah, my bottom's been saved.
With its diamond weave texture, Charmin Ultra Strong cleans better with fewer sheets and less effort. Enjoy the go with Charmin.
Welcome to Lobster Fest. Is your party ready?
Ready to tango with tails on tails on tails? Try Lobster Lover's Dream with 2 lobster tails and lobster and shrimp linguine. It's one of 10 next-level lobster creations. But Lobster Fest won't last, so hurry in.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
Tomorrow night on Yes, watch Mikal Bridges and the Nets take on the Toronto Raptors. Coverage begins at 6:30 with tip-off shortly after 7:30 on Yes and the Yes app. If you get Yes on TV, then you get the Yes app for free. Territorial restrictions apply. Oh, we know that Elvis and Marilyn Monroe are alive and well and living in Mexico City, clearly. With the Yankees playing in Mexico, the Nets getting ready to play in Canada. The globalization of pro sports. And the Yankees have taken their show on the road for 2 games today against the Diablos and again against the Diablos tomorrow night. We'll have that game for you at 8 o'clock on the Yes app. 4-0 Diablos lead it over the Yankees here in the top half of the 8th inning. Oscar Gonzalez has had a nice afternoon, 2 for 3. And Gonzalez continuing to hit a leadoff single here in the 8th. Well, Yankees offense, again, I mentioned this, Flash, has put runners on. They just haven't been able to push them across, whereas the Diablos have been able to capitalize when they've had their chances.
That's going to do it for Gonzalez, his third hit. And I mentioned it's just such a simple swing where he doesn't try to do too much. He can hit.
It'll bring up Jose Rojas, getting his 4th plate appearance. He's walked, popped up, and struck out swinging. To sort of the relentless nature of the Diablos, I'm going to take you back to 1942, a little bit of folklore about the team. They were playing a team in 1942. They scored 7 runs to come from behind and win it, forcing one of the opposing players to say they play like devils.
Ooh.
So they went from the Rojos to the Diablos Rojos.
Because of that victory.
Because of that victory. They thought, oh, we like that. Red Devils.
Now look.
Because they play like devils. And now they lead this one 4-0.
Historic team in Mexico.
Leadoff runner at first. Pinch runner. Jake Sanchez still the pitcher. He came in last inning. And Sanchez in with a strike. 2-2. Two-two pitch. Chopper to the second base bag, on to first, just like that. Double play. Well, the Diablos, we mentioned the rich history, 16 Mexican League championships. That's most of any team. Their stadium holds a little over 20,000, built and completed in 2019. Their record last season, 55-32. They won their division, lost in the quarterfinals. And some of the notable players in team history, Luis Tion, Felix Millan, and Rodney, played for both the Yankees and Diablos. How about some of these names? Luis Tion, Roberto Kelly, Ruben Rivera, Yangervis Solarte. So that connection between the Yankees of Mexico and the Yankees continues.
I'm thinking about Luis Tion with that delivery that he had, right? Showing his back to the home plate. And what a, how should I say this? He had a flair about his game. Imagine him playing for the Diablos in front of that crowd. They had to love him.
Max Burt is the hitter. And Max Burt is a hitter who got a hit. 2 out, base hit here in the top half of the 8th.
Love that reaction right there. A little line drive to left field and a clap of the hands as you get around first base for Burt. Make the trip, you might as well lay out a line drive somewhere.
Jordan Groshans is the hitter.
On the inner half off the plate, and he gets there easily to line that ball into left field.
Every inning but one, the Yanks have had a runner on, but they just have not been able to advance him and get him across the plate in a 4-0 game. Gets that one up in the air to left center field. And the left fielder has it, and he's got it. And that will do it as we go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Diablos up 4-0.
Every don't cost a dime. The only limit is the sky. It's our time. So you don't want
What's up at DQ? 2 sauced and tossed chicken strip baskets, all white meat chicken in your choice of wing famous flavors like honey barbecue or new Parmesan garlic. Hurry in. Wing joint flavor is at DQ. DQ. Happy tastes good.
From friends coming over to moms coming over. So many ways to save. Life ready, wallet happy. That's 365 by Whole Foods Market.
If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now. If you've ever grilled, you know you can count on propane to make everything great. But did you know propane also powers school buses that produce lower emissions that lead to higher test scores? Or that propane can cut your energy costs at home? It powers big jobs and small ones too. From hospitals to hospitality, people rely on propane, an energy source that's affordable, plentiful, and environmentally friendly for everyone. Get the facts at propane.com/now.
For him, he is the owner of the Diablos. And he had that stadium built in 2019, hoping to get more major league interest there. They've had the Padres Giants played there. They're trying to keep baseball, Major League Baseball, coming every year to Mexico City. Alex Mauricio is a new Yankees pitcher here in the bottom half of the 8th inning. You know, it's not easy to find a Yankees cap like that, a fitted cap for a child, but that's a good job right there.
Yankee fan for life.
Jafet Amador is the hitter. A single and 3 at-bats. Drove in a run in his last at-bat with a ground ball to second.
A 939 OPS for Amador last year. That is getting it done.
Good breaking ball, swing and a miss, 0-2.
Amador has been in the Mexican League since 2007 and has 430 long home runs.
What?
Yes.
Wow.
Looks a little hitterish, Bob, standing in that box. Straight up and down stance, not a whole lot of movement.
One-two pitch, ground ball, third base, with a stretch, one away. Aristides Aquino is the hitter. He has a single and 3 at-bats. And Mauricio in with a strike, 0-1. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Back to what you said, it must be something for Amador to be one of the most popular players on the most popular team in Mexico. And being able to hit like that at that altitude in a stadium like that with 20,000 crazy fans. Just love their baseball. I noticed less horn, more DJ.
As the game moves on.
As the game has moved on, yeah. Pop to first base. 2 away. The tide changes, I guess. Two away here in the 8th, and Jose Marmolejos is the hitter. 0 for 3, struck out a couple times. Mauricio would like to get through a clean bottom of the 8th and let the Yanks bats try and go to work. Race that 4-0 deficit in the 9th. Mauricio misses up 1-1. You know, we need to do a little research on what are the Diablos road unis like? I mean, they're heavy on the red, obviously, for the home jersey and the home uni. Marmolejos, first hit of the afternoon, 2-out base hit, right field. Looks like he's going for 2, and they got him. Punched him out at second base. Nice play right there. Nice throw. Good tag. As he got a little aggressive there, going for 2. A base hit and a throw out at second, and that'll end things here in the 8th.
Cardinals, Dodgers, MLB Network's Thursday afternoon showcase, live at 4 Eastern.
Welcome to Lobster Fest. Is your party ready?
Ready to tango with tails on tails on tails? Try Lobster Lover's Dream with 2 lobster tails and lobster and shrimp linguine. It's one of 10 next-level lobster creations. But Lobster Fest won't last, so hurry in.
I told myself I was okay with my moderate to severe rheumatoid arthritis symptoms.
With my psoriatic arthritis symptoms. But just okay isn't okay.
And I was done settling.
If you still have symptoms after a TNF blocker like Humira or Enbrel, Rinvoq is different and may help. Rinvoq is a once-daily pill that can rapidly relieve joint pain, stiffness, and swelling in RA and PSA, relieve fatigue, and stop further joint damage. And in PSA, can leave skin clear or almost clear.
Rinvoq can lower your ability to fight infections, including TB, serious infections and blood clots, some fatal, cancers including lymphoma and skin, heart attack, stroke, and GI tears occurred. People 50 and older with a heart disease risk factor have an increased risk of death. Serious allergic reactions can occur. Tell your doctor if you are or may become pregnant.
Done settling?
Ask your rheumatologist for Rinvoq.
And take back what's yours.
AbbVie could help you save.
So which leg are we operating on?
Asking the right question can greatly impact your future.
Are you sure you're an orthopedist?
Especially when it comes to your finances.
Are you a certified financial planner?
I'm a CFP professional.
CFP professionals are committed to acting in your best interest. That's why it's gotta be a CFP.
A new season is finally here. Which teams will rule the season? Join MLB Tonight as we preview the National and American Leagues back-to-back. Wednesday starting at 7 Eastern. Part of MLB Network's Baseball Eve celebration.
Been able to push them across. They're held scoreless here in the top of the 9th, trying to get something going to get on the board. Take you back to 1968 when the Diablos were able to beat the Yankees 5-3. And again, that's age-worn, as you can see, Flash. The newspaper, it yellows out after a while. But that was a complete game performance from the pitcher that day for the Diablos, Arano.
And Jim Bouton looks like started for the Yankees 5 innings.
Alfredo Gomez is the pitcher now to try and close things out for the Diablos. He'll start by facing Nelson Medina, leading things off here in the top of the 9th. And first pitch swinging, 0-1.
Well, we talked to Omar Minaya back at the beginning of this game, and he described the atmosphere as a party, a celebration, and it has not dwindled as this game has moved on. It seems like the crowd really enjoying themselves.
And you get a little sense that part of it is because they sense that Diablos they're 3 outs away from a 4-0 win over the Yankees.
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, this is a spring training game for the Yankees, but you know that this means something for the Diablos and their fan base.
And Nelson Medina there, did you get that kind of a Cabrera Soto vibe, the way he took that pitch? Interesting. 2-1 now. Fouled away 2-2. Half swing and a miss. First out here in the top of the 9th.
Again, the shadows have been a factor during this whole game, and it looks like a swing there. Tough to pick up the spin on the baseball at this point in the game. Another look from the side at the swing. You think it's a fastball, dives down and away, and an off-balance swing.
Greg Allen got the start in center field today, his 4th at bat of the afternoon. He has a couple singles in this one, as well as a ground out to the pitcher. And hit by a pitch there, so the Yanks get another man on.
Well, if you're going to get hit by a pitch, this is the one to get hit by. The slow breaking ball that comes right on the inner half, and Allen just turns into it, takes it on the hamstring.
That'll bring up the batter, Jared Cerna. A native of Guaymas, Mexico. And looks at strike one. 122 games at single and upper A ball last year, and you saw his numbers. And a ground ball up the middle, base hit for the native of Mexico. 2 on, 1 out. Yanks trying to make some noise.
Yeah, good for him. Cerna will never forget this swing of the bat, a base hit.
J.C. Escarra took over for Giancarlo Stanton. His first at bat resulted in a walk back in the 7th inning. 2 on, 1 out. The car horn is back. Is it disruptive, and does it work in favor of the Yankees or against them? Let's find out together. Escarra looks at ball 1 up. One-0 pitch grounded to the right side. Good play by the first baseman. They'll take the out as the runners advance. Put another out on the board. Yanks have runners at second and third with 2 away.
Well, you're right, Bob. A good defensive play. You got a 4-run lead. There's no reason to try to make a wild throw to second base to get that runner. You just take the easy out. Tough part of the play, ranging to his right. Now let's not get crazy. Just take the out, second out of the inning, and try to close this one out.
Allen's on third. Cerna's on second. That brings up Carlos Narvaez, who struck out swinging in his first at bat. And looks at a breaking ball, strike one. For 4-0, Diablos lead it. Yanks trying to push some runners across. Second and third, 2 away, swing and a miss. Yanks down to their last strike. Good breaking ball from Gomez. 0-2 pitch coming up to Narvaez. Fastball up and it misses, 1-2. Good take by Narvaez, who you get a little jumpy maybe in that 0-2 count. Now he's got a 1-2 pitch coming up. A little change. Did they get him to go? They did not, so he'll stay alive as the count goes to 2-2.
Well, Gomez, after going back-to-back breaking balls, elevated the fastball, and then now a changeup. Unusual to see right-handed pitcher to a right-handed hitter. Narvaez, good job holding up.
Two-two pitch. And fair down into the left field corner. 2 runs will score, so the Yankees won't go home without any runs. Couple runs scored to have the Diablos lead. And it's a 4-2 game. Yankees staying alive.
Well, it gives the Yankee fans something to cheer about. Good at bat for Narvaez, who's really opened up some eyes with his work during the spring. Had a good offensive year last year, a quality defender behind the plate. And puts the Yankees on the board here, a couple of runs in the 9th. Another look at the pitch. Supposed to be a breaking ball down and away. It just rolls up and in. And Narvaez able to keep it fair right down that line. Allen will score easily.
So 2 away, and the batter Cole Gabrielson fouls that one away, 0-1. Just 29 games last year, 3 homers, 17 runs batted in. Again, you're on this trip, like you said, why not take advantage, make the most of it.
Let it fly.
You could make it a 4-3 game, or you let it fly, could tie the ball game up. 2 away, 0-1 pitch. And a fastball across the outside part of the plate, 0-2.
Well, nothing you could do with that pitch right there. Perfectly located fastball down and away from Gomez.
Cole Gabrielson trying to keep the Yankees alive. They've gotten it to 4-2 here in the 9th. 0-2 pitch coming up. And he spoils it. Stays alive. He'll do it again on 0-2. And up and in, that will definitely get your attention. Gomez trying to go up. Not sure he was trying to go up right there.
I mentioned that 0-1 fastball that was perfectly located. The last 2 fastballs from Gomez right down the middle, and that one up and in. Gabrielson able to get out of the way.
Man on second. 4-2 game, 1-2 pitch coming up. Drops a little change in there. Everybody that wears a Diablos jersey wanted it, but he didn't get the call. So Gabrielson stays alive.
Well, you can tell the catcher's reactions. He was already pumping his fist after this changeup. Did not get the call. Thought it was strike 3. Not so soon.
2-2. Base hit, right field. Will score another run, make it a 4-3 game. Gabrielson lets a changeup go by and then strokes a double into right field with 2 outs to make it a 4-3 game.
Back-to-back at-bats for the Yankees, doing a great job hitting with 2 strikes, hitting behind in the count. Gabrielson just rockets one down the right field line after that questionable call on the changeup and takes advantage of a fastball out over the plate.
So the Diablos hoping that Gomez would come in and close things out. They're going to have a little powwow at the mound right now with Jose Rojas coming up. Yankees have scored 3 runs on 3 hits and a hit by pitch. Again, down to their last out, and they're not giving in. They've got a runner in scoring position now after that double by Gabrielson. Here's Rojas 0 for 3. And Gomez misses 1-0. He's got that interesting combo. He starts off with a changeup there, but then he's got a pretty good fastball with some zip on it. But he's behind 1-0 here to Rojas.
And really, the difference is the fastball command, kind of missing all over the plate.
Drops a change in for a strike, inner half, 1-1.
Yeah, but I think you're right, Bobby. Just watching him, it looks like the changeup is the pitch he feels most comfortable to, especially to the lefties. Really can finish it down and away.
One pitch. Rojas fouls that one away, 1-2. Yanks down to their last strike again.
Well, this would be an interesting pitch here. 3 changeups in a row from Gomez. And hitters will tell you, the more they get a look at it, you're not fooled by the change of speed. See if he throws a fastball maybe in off the plate just to set up a changeup away, or if he sticks with 4 in a row.
1-2 pitch. Another change, and he misses. 2-2.
Crowd getting a little restless with the home plate umpire. They thought they had a couple of pitches to end this game.
They thought they might be leaving the ballpark with a 4-0 victory, but the Yanks have clawed back with 3 here, and Rojas trying to tie the game up. Swing and a miss, and he got him, and that will do it. Nice rally by the Yankees, but the Diablos able to close it out, and you hear the crowd reacting to a 4-3 win over the visiting Yankees.
Yankees gave it a little fight at the end, making it close, but they fall short. But I think the beauty of the whole day today, Major League Baseball in Mexico City, great event.
And again, tremendous crowd reaction.
Well, the Yankees rally in the 9th, but come up just short. 4-3, the final from Mexico City. They'll play another game tomorrow, but most of their starters still back in Tampa as the team prepares for opening day in Houston. Perhaps the most exciting thing to happen down in this game, though, Robinson Cano homering against his former team. So a lot of exciting stuff still coming your way from Mexico City as we look forward to the 2024 regular season opening up this week.